Hi everybody, it is Building aka Oki, and I am on the beta server. I'm on my main character, Ocarina. I am in Antonica Guildhall Tier 3, and Den Mom was kind enough to craft all of the Carpenter essentials and mastercrafted items. Um, 5 of the essential books are blank. There are 5 recipes in each of the essential books, the 101 through 105. I'm guessing 106 through 109 is going to be the same, or is it 110? Forget. And then there's like 2 in every mastercrafted one except for the last book. I already did tried to do videos twice now. The first time Ninja was like beeping in, trying to get people to come get a prize or whatever for testing certain stuff. And I accidentally scaled something to the point where I clicked the X on my game and closed it. So I started over and I started doing all the non-plant stuff. And when I got to the plant stuff, guess what? I scaled the second plant too big. So you can hear me at the end of the video going, ugh! So I'm going to do a part 2 instead of starting from scratch because I'm running out of time. I'm supposed to be going to the store, but I really wanted to get you to see these items. If you haven't seen part 1, just know this is beta. I don't think the artwork's locked down because we don't have all of the books filled yet. So anything can change, everything can change. So books, items can move from books around in the books. They can be taken out of the books and made, a reward somehow other way. So anyway, I already showed off this yellow grass cluster of mana stalks. So I'm just going to quickly, let me get back in edit mode. Oh, and I better make sure that I'm out of voice chat. So I'm back in voice chat. Alright, that way these guys can't hear me. Alright, let's go. Hopefully it didn't join regular channels. I'd show you the name. I'm a little distracted because I keep having to do this video over. It's a little bit taller than me with a couple of the stocks, and it gets really big. And I might have to, in order to get max size, make 2 attempts at it. So it is like, what, 4 or 5 times bigger than me. So there's that. It doesn't really move, I don't think. Oh, it does move a little bit. It does move. So there's the yellow one. Alright, so there are 2 different ones. It's really hard to see this, but this one is a little bit wider and more plants, and it gets a little bit bigger. So it is bigger than this other one. Not by much, but it's definitely thicker. Ether plant. This one, it's a little more sparse. It's like not as thick. Did I show you the minimum size? So it's just like my wing height. This one, I don't think I showed you what the name is. It's Ether Sprouts. So it is a little bit shorter. It's not my wing height, so it's like, I don't know. It's shorter. It's not as dense. So I'm going to be very careful. So it still gets real big, but if you didn't need it quite as thick as the other one, there's that. Okay, so this item here is really pretty. It's actually broken into 2 pieces when you explore the world, the overland. This item has a little sprout thingy, like how it, reproduces. In the middle, they made it 2 items, which I'm really glad they did. So it's up. These are up off the ground because of the 2 other attempts, or the other attempt to do the video. So it gets pretty small. I'm gonna try and lower it a little bit so you can kind of see. So that's how big it is. It's not very high off the ground. It's ankle height. It gets pretty small. If you make it big, it's a good size. Like, I can sit in it. You can walk through this plant. Oh, you can walk through these grasses, by the way. They're not solid. You can raise it up, and the bottom is really cool. So I can see people using the bottom for stuff, like I've seen people use like flower buds or whatever as an umbrella for a patio table. So this would totally work. I like the leaves and stuff. You can just use the bottom of it. It's a cool bottom actually. So let me kind of get it out of the, oops, I didn't mean to move the bone. There's that. Okay, so now this item, it doesn't quite scale as much. It's like knee height. It's probably about the same width and everything. You can use the bottom. It's green and it's pretty. If I can, there's the view. So that's really pretty. Again, you could use it for an umbrella if it didn't have this big mound in the middle. It scales really large. I mean, it's huge. It's taller than me. So let's shrink it back down a little bit. Did I show what these are called? Probably not. So the first one is Vile Plant Sproutling. This second one is called Vile Plant. And this one is called Tainted Spore. Okay? So let's see if we can get it. It's like knee height. It is as small as it gets. Its max height is a lot bigger than me, like double the size of me. Let me shrink it down and show you the bottom. So you'd be able to use the bottom of this as well for something if you wanted. Okay, I showed off all these other things. Let's get to the little plants. I love these plants. They are so pretty. I think it's my favorite plant from this expansion. So there's a few different variations of this one. This one glows. It has more purple leaves coming up, jagged purple leaves, which is really pretty. So it's my favorite. I can see using it in like every house, indoors or outdoors, because it's so cool. The leaves are really cool. Or yeah, leaves. They kind of look like feathers. It's not very attractive on the bottom, so I don't think people would use it because these little sticks are going through. If it didn't do that, you may be able to use it for something, but anyway. So it is my height. Let me drop it down a little bit. It is about my height, so it gets, let's see if that's the max. So the leaves are taller than me, and as you can see, it's like over a third the way up the wall. Okay, now this one is fairly similar with the leaves anyway, but there's no lava or cool purple water. It's not a lava lamp leaf, and the actual leaves are green. They're not purple jagged ones. So it's a little bit shorter. It's about shoulder height is what I'm gonna say, not the other thing. Shoulder height. It doesn't have a very attractive bottom either. In fact, I think when you place it, this bottom piece isn't even supposed to be up. So there's a bottom piece that I think it's supposed to look like that. When you place it, I'm pretty sure, but I was messing with it to see the bottom. It gets huge too. Not quite as big, but it's as big as, well, this isn't max size, so I guess that's not a very good judge of how big it gets, but it's definitely bigger than me. So, alright, this guy, you cannot walk through. I think you can walk through these guys. Oops. Through these guys, yeah, you can. So the grass, I think the buds, yep, the buds, this flower, you can walk through. It's just this guy. This, I think, is the smallest it gets. It is called either glow flower, or ghost, not glow, ghost flower. It's really pretty. It's huge. So, I mean, that's the big, it's max size. So let's see. I might have to. Okay, I'm trying not to close the game again on you guys. So here it is. It is almost as tall as the Antenica Tier 3 Guildhall wall. It's just below the trim. So it is huge. I don't know if it's staying that huge. I'm assuming so. Ooh, I forgot this little spike thingy, this little tooth thing when I was doing the video of the non-plant things. So this is a fang of roe, and it's very intricate. It has a pattern on it, even though it's supposed to be a fang. I don't know if you can see that here, but there's a pattern on it. So that's as small as it gets, and let's see here. And that's the max size. So it's about halfway up the wall. So it's huge. Okay. So maybe I'll come back to the crystals and do them all at the same time. I'm very sorry about my voice. Oh, and she has spaced out. I'm guessing this is the sproutling clump of mana stalks. Wait, did she craft 2 of them? Oh, clump and cluster. So I'm not sure. Let me scale this one down to its smallest, and I'm gonna just bring this one over to the other one. So it looks like it's the same thing. Like this one, the sproutling one here was less dense, more spread out, like wider, but not as much plant. Oh my! But Jesus, she scared the bejesus out of me. I hope it didn't scare you guys. I will put a warning message. Yeah. Okay then. So it is shorter and not as dense. So one's a clump, one's a cluster. Let me move it back. I cannot believe she just scared the crap out of me. I think we can now get guild halls back, get to 250. So they were raised by 50 levels. I'm guessing they just put it in, and so she's trying it out for them because she tests everything. She is the amazing tester woman. I mean, expert on crafting. She has an amazing site. So, and she's so nice to have this for me because I have not been able to spend time leveling. So, okay, back to the plants. So remember when I said that one flower, it had like the little things for reproduction not in it? This is it. This little ghost-like thing. It is called Ether Ghost Reeds, and it's really cool. I love it. I think that there's other places separate, so they just gave the flower separate, and then, you know, you can put them in if you want it to look like the flowers in the zone, or you can use it solo. So they're really cool. They're about shoulder height. So yeah, about 3 times as tall as I am, 4 times maybe. I'm not a good judge of that, but anyway, there it is. So now this item, I think these hang upside down from this crazy purple thing right there, upside down from it, but it's cool that they put them up this way. I think you can find them this way in the zone too, but the small one is called pod plant. Let's see how small it gets. Well, that's pretty tiny. It's not, it's almost knee height, not quite. Very cool. Let's see how big it gets. Oh, it gets really big. So it's just, you know, it's like 2 heads taller than me or so. It's really nice. I love that it glows. It's nice that we're getting other colors besides just green, blue, and purple. It's very cool. So I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. Oh, and the bottom of it. It is solid on the bottom. So this would be really cool to make like a pile of leaves on grass or whatever. I wish I had this item now. It's so beautiful. I love purple, and I'm decorating in purple right now, so. I mean, when am I not, right? So, there we go. So I'm assuming this is solid and pretty on the bottom as well. It is. It's gorgeous. Love it. Love it. So, let's see how small this gets. Let's see them next to each other. Like, as little babies. So this one's a lot wider. It is about the same height, just a little bit wider. It's very cool. So I'm guessing it gets big. It does. It gets really big. It's very pretty. Did I say what it was called? Pod plant cluster. So the other one's a pod plant, and this is a cluster. It has the same number of little bulbs on it, but yeah. It's cool. Alright, so this one glows too. And it looks like it has 4 instead of 3 little... Oh no, it has 4 on that too. Not quite sure what the difference is, so guess what? I'm going to move it over by this one and see. So I'm going to put it at its minimum size. It looks like these little strands like whip differently. So the first one that I showed you is taller than the other one. This one is called Scintillating Violet Thorn Vine, and this one is Scintillating Thorn Vine instead of violet. So I guess they're supposed to be a different color? I don't know. And what was this one called? Oops. This one called Violet Thorn Vine. So anyway, it's cool. It's shorter. It's a little bit different. So I'm sure it gets to be pretty huge. It does. I love it. It looks like these are thicker than the other one. I could be wrong though. I'm guessing the bottom looks, yeah, the bottom, the stuff's sticking out. You might be able to use those little, these ones are sticking out more, and they're more clumped. I'm guessing you could use this, just this little piece for something. I know I have ideas for that item. So anyway, let's lower it back down to the ground and move it back where it was. So it was over here, right? Yeah. Okay. So hopefully she's okay with me moving stuff away around. Hey, this one looks a lot like that other one. So let's do this one next because I just did these ones. Let's do this one too. So is this minimum size? Yes. So it looks like this one is taller and more clumped up. It has the green leaves like the other one. It doesn't glow, but yeah, look, it's quite a bit taller. It's not quite as wide with the little leafy thingies. I'm guessing the bottom isn't the greatest either. Let me get it max size. It's cool. It's pretty dang tall. Let's see how big this one gets again. We're dangerously close to the exit button. Hold on. I guess it's taller. It's taller than the original one that I'm lowering right now. So, but it's shorter. It's taller, but it's shorter. Oh wait, no, it is taller. Okay. Like I said, my memory is really bad and I can't remember. So she had this guy over here somewhere. I'm going to put him there. Alright, I can't help it. So we have glowing grass and this thing. It's like pink, I think. From TOT. I think it was an expansion. But this grass is really cool and everything glowy. It would go really well with these other items that kind of glow. So let's see here. This Ether Ghost Grass. It's as tall as me, a little bit taller with one of the blades. It's pretty dense, and this is the minimum, and the maximum is really big. So again, I can walk through it. It's very nice. I love it. I just love all this stuff. So this guy is an Ether Ghost Catch, and it scales down. It's taller than me, of course. So yeah, I cannot walk through this one, so it's a lot like that flower over there. This one gets a lot shorter than the other thing though, but it is big. You can see it next to the column. It's almost as tall as the column. It's like 3/4 the way there. I'm guessing it's not solid on the bottom, so I'm not even going to try and look. It does not look solid. Alright, so we did all those. So now we have these glowing grass things. There's 3 different ones. So this one over here, it's just 3 stalks. It is called Storm Stalks. And let's see, I got lucky. It looks like a stalk, and then they named it stalk. Yes, I'm seeing these things pretty much for the first time in person. I just looked at them through the dressing window before really quickly, and I have a bad memory, so it's taller than me. It's taller than my wing. It gets, being careful. Okay, that's as big as it gets. It doesn't need to get any bigger. I don't think. It's almost half the height of the wall. So, and I love that we're getting different colors. Orange. The orange looks really good with the purple. Okay, so that one was Storm Stalks. Let's move it out of the way and grab this other guy. Alright, this guy is crazy. He's got lots. So it's a clump of Storm Stalks. And it's got what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 spikies, stalks. It's definitely taller than me. This one's, I think, a little bit taller than the regular stalks. It gets, I have to do it in 2 things. Oops. Alright, there we go. So it is max size. It is definitely over half the height of this wall. Very pretty. You can walk through it. Shrinking it down. Moving it. Okay, so now this one, it's less dense, but it looks like it's narrower and longer, if that makes any sense. Or deeper. What, I don't know. It's longer one way and skinnier the other way. It has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 stalks, so it's the same number of stalks. I'm guessing this is a cluster. Yeah, so this one, the little condensed one, is the clump, and this is a cluster. So, did I do min size? So again, it's a lot taller than me, and it's over half the height of the wall. Can walk through it. Let's shrink it back down some and move it out of our way. So some really nice plants. And now let's see, did we cover all plantage? No, because I think this is a plant. Alright. Gnarled Entwood. Okay. So it's really pretty. Like I said, I think some of these plants like hang upside down. There's like this really pretty blue circular, like it almost looks like bubbles, vine coming off of it. I really hope in those 5 missing books they put that little viney thing, you know, in the books too, because it's so pretty. This thing is a minimum size. I already showed you the name. It kind of looks like those trees from, what was that? Expansion. It was right after we got the Great Divide. Sky Shrine. It kind of looks like those trees, but really cool. So this is the minimum size, and the maximum size, holy jamoli. It's in the wall. Let's move it away from the wall. Okay, So here it is. It's way taller than these posts in the guild hall, and it is way taller than the walls. And look, it's solid on the top. So this is really cool. Really cool. I could totally see like making this really rainforesty jungle with these guys, and it's so cool. Alright, shrinking it back down, moving it back a little bit. Alright, now let's go through and do the rocks, because they're right here. So, I know that I asked for rocks, and they put them in, and I think this is the one that I actually gave a waypoint for. So I'm really glad they have rocks, because I don't think anyone else asked for them. But I love that they're solid. We need solid rocks. So Ethereum slab. I'm not sure if you can raise it up, and yeah, it actually goes pretty deep into the thing. It's definitely a unique shape. Kind of blue glowies. It would go really well with that gray with the blue letters that like move. Building block set. I think they're Ethernet or something, but very cool. And we got a nice big long one as well. So Ethereum boulder. I'm guessing it's in the ground a bit. Yes, it is quite a bit. And it's got a very unique shape. I love all the little blue speckles. So we definitely are getting a big boost in the number of rocks we have. Then here's this guy. It kind of looks like that cocoon thing, except it's gray and a rock. This one is called Ethereum stone. It is kind of partially in the ground. It is solid as well. So 3 solid rocks, unique shapes, very cool. Don't forget, part of it's in the ground. I also, I think a couple other people asked for these too, but the different crystals or whatever that you can find in the overland plains of magic or whatever. So this guy is called Fragment of Ether Stone, and it gets pretty small. It's like almost twice my height. I don't know if it's partially. Oh, you can like look. You can raise it up, and it's now like 6. What? I don't know how many times that is now. Bigger than me. Lord, just there. So yeah, it's really tall. I love the little like lava effect on these. I'm sure people can come up with some really cool stuff. You cannot. Can you go through them? You can go through them on ground or while you're flying. So they're not solid, but that's okay. So this one over here, let's do this one next. Looks like, well, first let me show you the name. Shard of an Aether Stone. I think I've been saying all this stuff wrong. Aether, I don't know. Does it really matter? Not really. Okay. And I should know how to say it. I took organic chemistry and stuff. Lots of biology. I should be good at pronouncing these kind of things. Alright, so it's a much bigger crystal. It's a lot wider. It has a bigger splash of orange. Very cool. Again, it's not solid. So, and remember, they sink in the ground. They don't, place at the very tip. Lots of cool things you can do with it. And there's a couple other ones over here. And I'm glad they added the pink ones. I love the pink ones. I asked for those too. So, I don't remember asking for these ones, but I'm sure they just went crazy. It's like, oh, you want rocks and crystals? Okay. Fill ya up. So, here we go. It's pretty tall. I mean, it's about twice as my height at... Is this max size? Did I do max size? Yeah, this is max size. They're very shiny. This is minimum. Let me lower it so you can see just how tall they get at minimum. So about knee height, just under maybe. Yeah, just under knee height. Almost as long as it is tall, I guess. A little bit longer, actually. So it's a very nice group of little crystals. This guy, I bet I can, I can raise him up. He's nice and fat. Nothing wrong with fat. I like the word fat. Very cool. Way more orange, I think, than some of the other ones. So that's the minimum, and holy moly, this one gets huge. Did I show you the name first? Remnant of Aetherstone. It's huge. Let me keep trying to get, okay. So look how big. It's almost as tall as this pillar. It's huge. Let me lower it. Oh! Okay, it's trying. I'm clicking on my taskbar and it opened up a mail thing. I'm like, what is it going on? Thankfully, it didn't stop the video. Alright, so we're at the end here of the essential stuff. So let me show you these pink ones. They are called Testament Stone. It is sunk in. It's purple with pink lava-like stuff going through it. This is the minimum size. Let's get it just... So it's about the height of my wings. So it's a little bit taller than me, but the same as my wings. And it's big, like, it gets huge. So let's get it out. So yeah, it's a good size. It's more than that. It's about half the height of that pillar. Make it a little bit smaller. Uh-oh. I am opening all kinds of crazy stuff here. You probably can't see it because I have it only recording my game. Alright. So this guy is called Concordant Stone. This one was Testament. Okay. I'm guessing it's sunken. Yep. It's a little bit different shape. It seems less fat. It's pretty tiny. It's hard to see though when it's that tiny. And so there we go. So it looks like it might be a little tiny bit taller, but still really cool. So let's lower it. It's out opening stuff. Okay. This one looks more like a rock to me. Covenant Stone, and I'm assuming I can lift it up. Yep. Let's make it as small as it can go. Looks like it's a little bit taller than the middle one right here when it's at minimum. Definitely pear-shaped. So yeah, it's a little bit taller than the middle one anyway. It gets big. Isn't that cool? That pink swirl in it. I love that. I'm going to use these guys all over the place. So, yeah, it gets tall. But not quite. Well, maybe half the height of that pole again. So, anyway. I think this one's the fattest. Ugh. Now I'm trying to scan my dang hard drive. Alright, there we go. Sorry about all the clicking on the extra stuff. So I'm going to end the video now because I have to go to a different section. And I will see you in part 3, the Mastercrafted. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope to see you in the Mastercrafted one.